Got a 2003 Ford Focus, just painted it not too long ago. Car is super dirty, so I'm gonna have to clean it up. But one of the things I did not get a chance to do was take care of this dent I had right in here. So I got a little bit of primer overspray around the area that I repaired. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it nice and red, blend it in. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm gonna work off of this lip right here on the car. So, all right, so let's get to the first step. So the first thing that I like to do is I like to spray down the area with a water-based cleaner and around the repair area just to make sure everything's clean. That way I can mask all of it off. All right, then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna surround it in some tape before I put down the soft edge foam tape. All right, so I went ahead and taped around the repair area or where I'm gonna spray. I still have to put the soft edge tape foam stuff around here, closer to where I'm gonna try to blend the paint. Keep in mind it's not gonna be perfect, but once again, I've been waiting to get this car on the road for over a year and a half. And this hides right behind the door. I'm not really too worried about that. So, you know, I'm going to get a lot of crap for this, but I'm not going to even primer these little spots. Yes, I know it's very important to primer. Just not going to have a chance. There's a few other places on the car where I had a small little burn through here or there. And I mean, I'll be honest, I based and cleared over it, and I haven't had any lifting issues or fish eyes or craters or anything, so. All right, so I got all the soft edge foam tape down. I got to trim certain spots, fill in a few. And like I said, I know this is a really wonky mask off job. Don't get me wrong, but I'm in a rush and I'm trying to spray 3 coats of base and 2 coats of clear in the next hour, 15 minutes. So yeah, this is definitely a rush job. So yeah, back view, I mean, compared to the whole car, it's that small little space. So like I said, it goes behind a door. I'm not really too worried about it. Now, it's time to get this baby wrapped up. All right, so I got the whole car wrapped up in plastic. And my zoom way on for some reason. Anyway though, got the whole car wrapped up in plastic. And I'm gonna go ahead, and the part that I masked off all wonky as all hell, I'm gonna cut that out to where I only have that piece left. Make sure everything's taped down to either the ground or just roll some tape around the whole car. That way, when I kick my vent on, I don't have to worry about any of the paper, you know, flying in where I'm spraying. So all right, that took a little bit. Plastic didn't go exactly the way I was hoping, but I got Frankenstein together, all potted up so it's not going to pull anywhere. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put on 3 coats of base. Once again, I understand there's metal here, and the rule of thumb is you always primer over your metal. But I'm going to go against that because once again, I'm on a time crunch. I'm trying to maybe do a 7-8 minute video in an hour and 15 minutes. All right, so over here is the color that I put on the car originally. I don't even know the exact name of the color. I actually got it from work. They were switching the red that they put on the service trucks. And it just happened to be pretty close to the color of the original paint on the car. So but this, I'll do a 1-to-1, so equal parts of base with reducer, and then with this being the Chroma Premier, it says you can add a little bit of activator for durability, also helps dry time. So that's probably what I'll do because like I said, I am short on time. All right, here's the red we're gonna put on the door jamb. Luckily, out of the 2 gallons that they were nice enough to give me from work, I have a little bit left for small things like Touchup and or this door jamb. So, and this is what we will reduce 1 part to 1 part.
Alright, I'm all alone, so I'm trying to prop the phone up against this box and hope it doesn't mess with it. Alright, I don't think that messed with anything. So once again, we're going to go to equal parts. You know, since this is just a portion of the door jamb, not even a whole door jamb. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm probably going to go up to the 2, and then I'll go up to the 4 with the reducer. So we'll go ahead, start pouring in the paint. I'm blocking the camera though, aren't I? Man, this is harder than it looks. Oh, one thing too. Well, actually with this, the 3M, there's a filter on there, so I'm just going to go ahead and pour it directly in. But you usually want to always use a straightener. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff I'm not following that I usually always do. You're supposed to. There's a reason for it. But I know this is not the last time I will be painting this car. I know I'm going to keep it for quite a while. And I just want to drive it finally so I can move on to the mechanical aspects instead of just the body work. So, alright, we did a 1-to-1. Well, not yet. We're about to put in the base. So since it's at the top of this 2, actually a little bit above going into the 3, I'm going to make this go just a little bit above into the 6. Alright, 1-to-1. We'll call that good. And once again, you usually won't ever do this with base coat, but I'm going to add just a little cap full of some activator, not very much at all. That just helps speed up my dry time, and it also increases the base durability just a bit.
Alright, we're about to start the booth up and start spraying our first few things of base. Heads up, the venting gets loud, so RIP to all you headphone users. Alright, so I'm going to use my DV1, and I'm going to be spraying at 22 PSI. And of course, this darn thing never wants to work right. Hold on. Sorry, I only got 2 hands. He's spraying at 22 PSI with the air cap I got on. If you've got the other air cap, I think it's like 15 or 16 PSI. Ah, man, back down to 22. I'll have to keep adjusting the air pressure. I don't know why, but for some reason, no matter what regulator I buy, I keep going up in my pressure, see? Every time I spray, it hops up a PSI, and I don't know what it is. I'm gonna start spraying here in a second. All right, bear with me. This is my first time holding a camera and spraying as well, so. I'm gonna sit there and let that sit. And once again, this is the reason why you primer. Because as you see, you can see some dark spots. That's alright though, that should cover up by the 3rd coat, so we'll see. For some reason, my pause button on recording stopped, so the video ended, so I'll either have to post this as like a 2-part, or I'll have to have my buddy edit this together, but there we go. So far, that's after the first coat dried. And once again, just as I said, you'll see the metal spots on there. That is why you primer. So, alright, we're going to spray the 2nd coat. Spraying at 22 PSI. That's all she wrote for a second coat. Oh man, that lifted up. That's so bad. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna have to stop the recording and tweak this a bit and try to save it. Blew the damn soft edge up. That's why you get the soft edge plus. Alright, luckily I was able to tuck it back down. Once again, either way, if it bled through to the actual tape line and left a hard line, it's just behind the door. I'm not too worried about it. Even if you can see the lines or the difference of the clear, I'll buff it, and even if it's not perfect, once again, it is what it is. So just a real quick thing I want to add in for anyone who's brand new to painting is you'll see that there's some glossy parts and there's some more dry matte parts. You have to wait till the whole thing is matte again. And when I mean matte, I mean no gloss. About ready to shoot the third coat here in just another 2-3 minutes. Alright, I'm going to put on the third and final coat. As you can see, those metal spots are basically gone, and I'm not having any issues with it lifting up, knock on wood. You can kind of barely see the metal. The camera's not going to show it, but you can barely see the metal. So this third and final coat should be it. Make sure we're out the right pressure, PSI wise. We are. Alright, I'm gonna lay a third coat down. Should be real quick. Try and get a good angle. Alright, that's all she wrote for the base. Actually, you know what? Real quick. Let's get a little bit more wet. And that dry sprayed on me wonderful. It's alright, it'll flow out. And I'm gonna get some clear on here. Alright, so the third coat's dried. It's completely matte, not glossy. I got the clear coat mixed up. Sorry I couldn't record it. It was a 2-to-1. 2 parts of clear to 1 part of activator. And I got stuff pulling on me. I've got stuff moving. And that's what happens when you do a bad mask, job. But it is what it is. Sorry I didn't record the mixing, but I'm on a time crunch tonight. So I got the clear in the DV1. It is a base coat gun, but I'm going to shoot clear out of it, because why not? And we're at way too high. I'm going to take that down to about 24 or 23 PSI. Alright, I fixed my pressure. We're going to do our first coat of clear. And we're going to let that sit for about 10 minutes. And I'm going to come over with just one more coat. I'm going to demask the area. And then I'm going to hit the soft edges with a blending additive to try to get them to melt into the rest of the paint as much as possible. Alright, well, on top of everything going wrong and me running shorter and shorter on time, I also... What the heck? Okay. I also have my phone dying, so I'm at like 10%. So I'm going to go ahead. I got about 1 more minute. I should theoretically wait for this, but it's looking pretty good so far. So I'm going to go ahead, hit it with 1 more coat real quick. I'm going to take this plastic off, and then I'll film me putting the blender reducer on the soft edges. Alright, so I detaped this. That's pretty well blended into the paint, but you can see the line right there. So I'm going to try to hit it. Once again, it's not going to be absolutely beautiful, but compared to what it was in the first video, it's a lot better. So
that's it. I'm gonna let that dry. Once again, there's a line, but I'll buff that all out. Even if you can see it, once again, I'm still happy with it. Took care about it in about an hour. And hey, it's a personal vehicle, so it is what it is. There's that door jamb that I had in primer and with the dent right there. Looking fucking slick. I do have a little bit of a line though, but that's gonna all get sanded and buffed out. So might still feel a line, but I took care of the main spot and it looks good.